Hi, and welcome to Awakening News, where we help you to awaken from the lies and deception of political and religious leaders. Today we find that China and Iran have increased their partnership to be a global threat against mankind. And they have been warned many times. Today we're going to look at how they've been warned in exactly the same way in 2015 and now recently in 2020. So let's have a look at the first time that China and Iran have been warned that they should stop their global aggression against mankind. The first message was delivered to Tianjin in China. The first major explosion occurred and registered as a magnitude 2.3 earthquake, generating seismic shock waves energetically equivalent to 2.9 tons of TNT. After 30 seconds, a second, much more powerful explosion occurred, causing most of the damage and injuries with shock waves felt many kilometers away. The second explosion registered as a magnitude 2.9 earthquake and generated seismic shock waves with energy equivalent to 21.9 tons of TNT. The resulting fireballs stretched hundreds of meters in height.
Whoa! I'm videoing it. What the
I think that might be a gas station or something.
I guess. Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh! What the? No! No, baby! No!
Nice. Are we dangerous here?
Yeah, we're dangerous. Oh my God!
Oh dear! Are you filming?
Yes, I'm filming.
Wow! Wow! I think we are dangerous.
Let's go! Let's go down! Let's go!
哇，我日楼都在晃，去球啊！我靠，原子弹玩的。我操！上玻璃碎了。
This morning, horrific video pouring in of a series of catastrophic explosions in a major Chinese port city late Wednesday. The explosions felt miles away, emanating from an industrial warehouse in Tianjin, a city of 15 million, 2 hours south of Beijing. The chemical material inside, unknown and dangerous, according to Xinhua, a state-run news agency. The massive explosions equivalent to a small earthquake, according to a China data center. The aftermath found far and wide, buildings destroyed, and cars are completely charred more than a mile away from the blast site.
If you've been watching the news this week, you'd be thinking that you're watching the news coverage of the explosion in Beirut. That's not Beirut. What I want to show you now is the effect of a nuclear tactical weapon exploding in the war in Yemen.
هذا هيروشيما اسمع الصوت تعال فوق
Now let's go back to 2018, where in the United Nations, Prime Minister Netanyahu had something to say about this exact same spot of where this explosion took place. And then we'll go right through until what Trump has to say about this explosion.
Hezbollah, listen to this. Hezbollah is deliberately using the innocent people of Beirut as human shields. Here's a picture that's worth 1,000 missiles. Here's Beirut's International Airport. Here's the first missile site. It's in the Uzai neighborhood, on the water's edge.
On the same day that Netanyahu made the statement that Israel will do anything to defend themselves, the attack on Beirut took place. I'm not sure if this photo is proving that there was ammonium nitrate in this warehouse, but there was definitely numerous explosions that was taking place before the two big explosions took place.
I'm just getting reports actually that there was a fire first and then that enormous explosion. Just show viewers, and this is the explosion from a different angle, and again it just shows how whether that's the first explosion or the second explosion is not clear, but that is what the authorities or state media says is a fireworks warehouse, and you can see actually firecrackers or some sort of subsidiary explosions going on there. But those pictures just in, and there another explosion as well.
This is the first missile, and this is the second one. And there are people on the internet that are saying that this has been edited into the videos, but that is not true. Let's have a look at what some of the witnesses and experts have to say about this explosion. The first explosion was caused by a Gabriel anti-ship missile of Israel. The second explosion was caused by an Israeli Delilah missile from an F-16. Our country is in complete jeopardy with this lazy and corrupt regime. This is the radiation signature of the explosion received from a source in Italy. The weapon was 6 kilotons. Getting reports from Beirut, a tactical miniature nuclear bomb has been used to attack the port. Nuclear experts and researchers have randomly pointed out to the reacted particles in the fireball. Even if there is going to be a government cover-up for peace and political implications in the coming hours, one thing is clear. It is a clandestine operation by some anti-Lebanon foreign agency, not by some random terrorist. Terrorists involved in urban warfare in the Middle East do not have access to these highly advanced tactical weapons. If they have it now, then someone is equipping them for political gains. Let us wait for the official statements from Lebanon. I hope our friends from Beirut are safe. As per my latest source of information from Beirut, there's going to be a government cover-up. The story about nitrate in the containers is going to be declared as the original cause of the second massive explosion that caused the major damage. This will become the official narrative in the mainstream media. However, what influential and credible sources from Beirut are telling me is this. The Beirut explosion is about 100 times the energy than the 215 Tianjin explosion, or 5.4 kilotons of TNT equivalent. Conventional nukes against Japan had 15 to 21 kilotons, But this explosion is different. It is because of modern tactical nuke that contains up to 10 kilotons of the hybrid material, including uranium. It is this reason why we still have acid and radiation in the air. The storage facilities near the grain elevator are not marked for hazardous material storage, but are instead marked for general cargo. Therefore, you can guess it, what we will be fed in the coming hours. First explosion was caused by Gabriel anti-ship missile of Israel. Jeff Smith of the International Atomic Energy Association confirms this is a nuclear explosion. The lies about fireworks in ships and fertilizer are what we always get. You don't store either one downtown in a major city like Beirut under any circumstances. Not much farming in Beirut, and they don't celebrate the 4th of July there. The smoke could well be missile fuel, which may mean a missile storage facility was hit by Israel. We have confirmation from Israel that they were planning to attack Beirut 5 days ago in retaliation for Hezbollah's military attacks on Golan, which were not reported anywhere. We are told Lebanon asked for nuclear investigators from Russia, but there is no attempt to protect the site, which, even if this were a modern clean weapon, still be radioactive. The red smoke is typical of propellant which is used for ballistic missiles, which could have been in the warehouse. This is the second explosion that looks like the plasma ball of a nuclear explosion to me. Note the white color indicating extremely high temperatures. No conventional explosion burns so hot. Also note the great height of the plasma ball. It is taller than the grain silo. I'm very strongly reminded of the nuking of Tianjin a few years ago. Windows blown out 7 kilometers away indicates a huge blast, again suggesting this was indeed a nuke. The phones going down is probably due to the electric magnetic pulse that nukes produce.
Confident that this was an attack and not an accident?
Well, it would seem like it based on the explosion. I've met with some of our great generals, and they just seemed to feel that it was. This was not some kind of a manufacturing explosion type of event. This was seems to be, according to them, they would know better than I would, but they seem to think it was a attack. It was a bomb of some kind, yes.
It's very clear that the message sent to China and Iran is that tactical nuclear weapons is going to be part of the response to the aggression of China and Iran. Taking in consideration of all of the characteristics of a tactical nuclear weapon, including the 2 explosions within 30 seconds, you find that the package that was delivered is exactly the same. So what are you going to be hearing in the mainstream media is just lies. You will not hear the truth from them, nor will you hear the truth from your government or religious leaders. If you want to find out more about the truth, subscribe and be awoken from the sleep of falsehood that you are under. Until next time, Shalom. This information is not meant to harm or to incite harm against any human with a beast-like nature. If this information has in any way affected your psychological or emotional well-being in a negative way, then I strongly recommend that you seek professional psychological help ASAP. This information is not meant to harm any non-human species. We apologize to the animal kingdom for references to a human's beast-like nature that is similar to theirs. No human or animal was harmed or experimented on while making this video.